Hey you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back to another Project Life Process video. So I am almost done with 2017. This is week 51, so just one more week to go. This was the week of, I think maybe the 18th to the 24th is what it is. And I decided to do an insert. I just cut one of the Design A pockets in half, and I'm adding it in just because there were a few extra photos to go along with this week, especially because Christmas Eve is included. And, you know, as you inch up to Christmas, there's just a lot more Christmas type activities going on. So I was looking through some of my cards that also came in the December Studio Calico kit. I really feel like I want to use as much as possible from that kit, kind of challenge myself. Then I also pulled over my December daily cards and was looking through some of those. The cards that I'm looking at right now, the one that says loved today and the card with the stripes along the border, those actually came in Allie Edwards Stories by the Month kit. That was from February. So that is available. Actually, when this actually publishes, I don't know if it'll still be available or not, but that is a subscription. So I think it's been really popular and there might be a wait list for that. So if you are interested in maybe getting on that subscription, you may want to give that a try. So right now I'm actually working on the transparency that I just cut out. I want to add the year of how many years we've been married. This is our anniversary on the 19th. And so I actually pulled out 2 and a 0, which is 20, obviously. And we've actually been married for 21 years. So I do realize that at some point as I'm going along and I do make that change. I actually think the most challenging thing of putting this card together was just getting these numbers on straight. It was really hard to tell, and that plastic is really slick. So it was really hard to tell. And you saw all that container that I store all of my stickers in. A lot of those stickers, the chipboards, especially over time, they kind of lose their adhesive or they're not as good. And so I feel like those weren't sticking on as well as they probably did in the past or when I first bought them. So you can see that I made that switch. I realized that I wanted the one for 21 years. Quite an accomplishment, if I do say so myself. It's really awesome. I'm really grateful for, you know, the years that has spanned, the experiences that we've had together and what we've been able to do, because it's you know, being married is it's challenging and it's awesome and it's like everything in between, right? So anyway, I don't even know why I'm talking about that. Let's move on to the spread. So I'm thinking about what stories I want to tell, and that's why I pulled over my book kind of to try and give me an idea of some of the things that were going on this week, because I think I'm working on this. It is the first or second week in January, so it's definitely past December. And this gratitude card, really liked this card. Had thought about using it in December daily, just never got around to doing it. So I pulled over a stamp set that had some numbers on it, and I am just stamping, you know, 01 through 04, and I'm going to write about 4 things that I was grateful for this week. I really love cards like this because you're able to tell a story in the frame of gratitude. So you're sharing a little bit more information about what was going on during the week, but it's all things that you are grateful for. So I love being able to include that in my project life. Is a reminder to me to maybe do that a little bit more. I know last year Allie Edwards had that gratitude card and she would add them frequently throughout her week. I think maybe for a while there she was doing it every week, and I really liked that because I think when we focus on being grateful, it helps us to have more peace and more love in our hearts and more joy. At least that's what it does for me. That's one of the reasons why I take pictures, is to be able to have that joy in my heart. So I am actually using my mega date stamp to stamp out the dates for this week. I thought it would be really cool to maybe make a tag. I was riffing off what I did in December Daily. I used a lot of tags, or I did a lot of those large white tags. So I was kind of thinking about that when I was putting together this title card, and I just went ahead and clipped off the edges. If you haven't seen that tool, that's from We Are Memory Keepers. There we go. I can say it. And it just cuts the corners off straight, and it is one of their corner chompers. So look for that. It has a tan handle, and I will link it below if I can find it. They used to have it and they took it off the market. They stopped making it, and then they started making another one. So hopefully they still have it available. I didn't get it too long ago, so I will look for that and link it below. I really do like it because see how easy that tag came together. And I felt like that tag needed a little something. I had thought about maybe I could add over some of my ribbon or twine, but ultimately I decided to just do a red star from the chipboard set. Again, I think this chipboard set came from a past December Daily kit and not from this year's. Could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, it came from years past. All right, so now I am just going to be moving on to some more journaling, and this card, I really liked it. It seemed really plain. I wanted to add maybe a little bit of journaling to it, and so I just wrote very briefly about how he gave me the Canon 5D Mark IV, you know, like awesome, something like that. Like it was just really quick, but just a little bit of journaling that would kind of something that would spark my memory, even though I've got the picture. But it was a very significant thing to happen to me that month. So now I'm working on this space underneath. Well, I guess the other spaces that I have available to me. I'm thinking about, you know, do I need another journaling card? Do I have more space is there another story that I want to be telling this week? That's kind of what I am thinking about when I'm looking for cards. Like, do I want something that's more of a filler card, or do I have another story that I want to tell? And I really do want to tell as many stories as I can. So while I like to have those filler cards because I feel like it helps to break up the spread so it's just not all text, I really do like to be able to add some of those more design elements in my spread, but I like to get as many stories as I can told. So then I just told another story there. I think this one was about my daughter's concerts and how we've been going to her concerts for years and years. And that was her last Christmas concert, at least with that studio. So I don't know what next year will bring with her. She is going to study music, so we'll see if she has any Christmas concerts. But as of now, that might have been her last, at least for a little while. So I was just writing a little bit about that. All right, so I am moving on, thinking about some other cards or stories I may want to tell. And I pulled over this card. This one came from last year. This is 2016, actually, December Daily kit, maybe from Pam Garrison, I believe. Really liked that little flower. So I used that card to tell another story. I think maybe that one was about New Year's Eve. And now I'm thinking about what I want to do on that card right there, and decided to put that starburst because I thought it would look really cool with the 21 in front of it. And then I thought, you know, why not use up my stash and put more of those starbursts throughout the spread? So that's something that you'll see me probably grab and do. I wasn't sure. I do still have that feeling of like, should I use them or should I like keep them for next year? But I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to use these supplies because really next year I want to be able to buy some more December Daily supplies. So if I want to do that, that means I need to have less supplies here so I can totally justify it. So you can see that I grabbed over all those starbursts and then I'm putting them throughout the spread. So that photo of my husband and I was considering using that, but because I have it in a couple other places, you know, I have it in my December Daily. I also have another page with that photo in it. I decided to go ahead and not have it in my project life. No rhyme or reason. Just thought that I would leave it out for this one. And then you can see that I'm just adhering those starbursts on. I'd actually thought about maybe making them interact with the edge. I often like to do that, have it interact with the edge. Just, I think it adds a little bit of interest, but this one I just kind of put in the center. And that's all I do. I don't end up, you know, adding any more embellishments there, just keeping it pretty simple. So this card, the one that says this on it, I just felt it seemed a little too plain because the black was the type was black and this was written out in a very light gray. And so I just felt like something was missing. And so I did go ahead and add a border to it. Then I did a little bit of journaling again. That card came from Ali Edwards' Stories by the Month kit. And I'm still looking at this card and it's just really bugging me. It's just too white. I wish really I would have just put maybe like a chipboard on top of this or something like that. But what I end up doing is grabbing over the card that says this magic moment and then just writing the journaling there that's all about getting the camera. And it was actually a pretty magic moment. So that sentiment does go very well with that. And that is finished. I am complete with week 51. So like I've said in the last few videos, I'm excited to really get finished with this week. Again, not a lot going on except for the photos in the stories, but I like just getting it all down on paper and finished. So anyway, you guys, I hope that I'm at some point inspiring you guys to get those Project Life spreads finished if you haven't done so. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you guys so much for being here and we will see you in the next one. Bye.